First, happy that we were able to win the football game. Our team did the things. They had enough things to win a football game. Thought Arkansas played extremely hard. Great job by Chad and his crew. But other than that, that's about it. I didn't think we played real well. Thought we played in spurts. Thought we come out and started well. Had some great things off at the beginning. Lost control of the game. Had control of the game. Let guys hang in the game. Up 3 scores. Let them get back in the game. On offense, should have put things away on different drives, should have put those away, should have ran the football better. Had too many inconsistencies, too many silly penalties, kept us behind the sticks late and 3rd and long all day. Had some critical drops early in the game when we could have really put pressure on them, and probably played our worst football game of the year by far. And need to get things fixed and play. We had some immediacy coming out, tried to play that, had decent intensity, but our intelligence level of how to play and how to expect to win and play from ahead and do things that champions do and good football teams do, we've got to grow in that. And I've got to continue to teach, educate, and make sure that doesn't happen. And we got to get better.
All right, Coach, we're going to open it up to questions. If you would, raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We're going to go on the front row right here on the left to Gabe.
Coach, overall, the performance of the defense, if you could take us through, especially in the first half, I think they allowed only 71 yards, and then, of course, the game clincher.
Well, they did. They played outstanding, but they hadn't give up a drive when we're up 17-0. When we're up 3 scores and you put them right back in the game right before the half to get it 17-7, it gives them 2 scores. They were dominant. They had 2 turnovers after we had on offense. They come out and stoned them. I mean, played well up front, give up 71 yards. But why give up that drive and let them back within 2 scores? And then the second half, we're outstanding, give up 1 little drive in the beginning. And then we finally get a score to make it 24-10 with 5 minutes, give up a score to make it 24-17 to put them right back in the game. And then they did the pick they made. They had a great play by the defense. They were outstanding. Our defense played very well, except for those two critical drives. Those are 2 critical drives that we allow. It's what I keep trying to say. When you got to take the air out of people, when you got to take their hope away, because as long as there's hope, that gives momentum and that changes games. And on offense, it's not the defense's fault. Because on offense, we had plenty of opportunities to miss. Whether it's missed kicks, finishing drives, and silly penalties, you get in the red zone, get backed up, turn it over with a pick. All kind of things. So both sides did enough, and they made some nice things at times, but we didn't play intelligently enough as a football team to understand how to win and play the championship level.
All right, Coach, we're going to go to the 3rd row in the middle.
Jimbo, right here.
Yes,
For Kellen's struggles today, how much of that is on him, and how much of it is accredited to Arkansas's defense?
It's on him. The defense always gets credit. But the first throw he threw behind him, the second was 3rd and 10. We said we had a field goal. If we don't have it, we're going to throw it away. Tries to force it. Takes a sack also. When it was 1st and 10, we taken a shot on the first play of a drive at midfield. And I said, if it's not there, we're immediately going to throw it away. Took a sack. Listen, but then he turned around and rebounded and made some really good plays and did some really good things in the game. But those are things as a quarterback. Every time you touch the football, the game changes, good or bad. At least be neutral sometimes. And sometimes neutral is a win. You got to understand how to play that. And he works hard. I got to get him playing more intelligently in those key situations to keep educating him so we don't make those mistakes again.
All right, Coach, we're going to go to the 2nd row here on the right.
So overall, Jimbo, you're saying this was win aside, a step backward?
I don't know if it was a step backward. We just didn't play very well. Now, special teams did an outstanding job. We had a great kickoff return. As far as in our return game, punt returns, we didn't get many to return. We did miss 2 field goals, though, which is critical. Our coverage was bad. So, we got to get those things cleaned up. But we didn't play well, and then not very high. We got a lot of things we got to fix and work on if we're going to play in this league and play at a high level.
All right, Coach, going to go right behind Kirk to Kevin, 3rd row on the right.
Coach, Kellen has thrown 4 interceptions in the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
At any point in this game, did you consider making a change?
No.
And at what point?
Because he knew why he did them. He had a good look in his eye, and he kept making plays.
So in your estimation,
has nothing to do with Nick or anything else. Nick's playing great. He's doing great. I liked where we were with him, and I'm a guy I stick with our guys. If we need to go to Nick, we will, and I have no hesitation to do it, and I think he'd be a great player.
All right, we're going to go to the 2nd row to Suzanne right here next to Kirk.
Jimbo, I haven't seen the final stats, but Travion had another 100-yard game. Did he have good and bad moments, or was he?
He did. He had both. He missed a couple cuts on some runs, pickups, but had some really nice runs in the game and did a nice job. He carried the ball a lot. We got to get some other guys some carries. We got to get 22 and 7 some more carries in there too if we can't wear him out.
Yeah, opening kickoff.
Yeah, 7. Jay Sean hit it back. He'd been working on it. We've been working on that hard, and that was a big play in the game. It's huge. You can see his talent level. The guy's a good player. We got to get him on the field and get him playing.
All right, Coach, we're going to go all the way in the back to Daryl.
Coach, on the kickoff return to start the game, was there something there that you saw that Arkansas gave you a thought that maybe?
We just working on a return, and they kicked it, and we blocked it out. I said we were just a hair off the last couple of weeks. We were one guy off twice on it. And that's what usually happens on kickoffs. When you time it up perfect, it hits big. And then whether you score or not, depending on how talented your returner is, can he outrun the coverage and the things in which he did. So he did that, and it was a great job by everybody up front. Put a hat on a hat and blocked it cleanly. It was great. It was a great start.
All right, Coach, we're going to go to the front row right here to Brent.
After Donovan's issues early in the season, how happy were you? How pleased were you to see him in the right place at the
Oh,
right
again,
time?
I mean, there's nobody practices harder and plays harder than Dono every day in, day out on our football team. I'm telling you, he's been a warrior every day. But like I said, playing more intelligently and on how you hit and do things. You got to stay in the game because he's vital for us. I mean, that's a big play. Maybe he could have made those plays in other games. Being in there at different times. And he is a heck of a player, and I'm glad to see him get rewarded because he works his tail off. He really does.
All right, Coach, we're going to go all the way back again on the right.
Coach, after that 14-0 start, you only scored once on your next 8 possessions. Does that go back to the killer instinct of, when you have a chance to put your foot down, you need to?
Yeah, you got to take the arrow. We moved it down the red zone 2 or 3 times. Didn't have stupid penalties. Had some negative plays. I mean, there's no way you can play that well and then not finish that well or get penalties. And it's focus, concentration, is discipline. You have discipline when you want to have discipline. And we need discipline. We got to play more discipline on the things we're doing.
All right, Coach, we're going to go right here along the aisle on the right, second row.
Jimbo, first off, do you mind if I ask who you were on the phone with before you came in? Was that a recruiting call? Just out of curiosity?
No.
Okay. Second thing, that the cameras caught an interaction between you and Tyrell where you were grabbing him by the face mask. And what was behind that interaction?
Yeah, they was getting an interaction right there out and they're getting an argument in a fight. Well, I don't need that guy out there pushing and shoving, getting in a fight in the game. Lose one of our best players on defense and our team leader. That's great. Learn to put your pride away and go on the sideline. There ain't no sense to go out there and push and shove and do dumb things out there when you're locked in on a game. He plays great. He's a heck of a player for us. I've had enough. We've had Dono going for a game or two. We had that, and then a game like that to lose 25. And I was just trying to make a point. I don't want you out there fighting and make the play, shut your mouth, go on. And he is a great player. And emotions get in football. It's an emotional game, but you got to play intelligently. You got to play to win. Dotson's one of our team leaders. That's a guy we count on for everything. Make calls, do everything, man. That guy's critical. And you got to understand that role, that there's something bigger than the individual battle that you're going with. That's all I was trying to make a point to him.
All right, Coach.
I don't need you. I need you, partner. We're going to win this game. I need Dono. Dotson. I'm sorry. I need Dotson. Need them both.
Coach, we're going to go to the front row right here.
Coach, from what you've seen so far, has the defensive line been the most consistent of the position groups through the
I don't know.
season?
It's been up and down. They've done a good job. They're doing a good job consistently, but we got to get more pass rush. We didn't get enough guys on the ground. We had a chance to do in 2 minutes right there and get guys on the ground. There's 2 drives in a row. We got to put guys on the ground too, so they got some room to grow too.
Coach, front row to Gabe.
Jimbo, what did you see from Dalen Mack today? And just is he being consistent like you want?
Seems to be inside. I have to look at the film because sometimes the nose guard you can't see everything because they do so much dirty work in there, as I say, and you can't judge on things. So, but he has been playing really well.
All right, again, raise your hands. Any more questions for Coach? We got one more here on the aisle, and then we're going to go back in the back for the last question.
Jimbo, with Seth missing a couple of big kicks there, what do you say to him after that? And
Trust the process. Go back to your fundamentals. Do exactly what you did on the ones you made, and you're just hair off. Just trust the process and do what you got to do. Don't overthink it.
All right, we're going to go all the way back in the back.
Coach, we can tell obviously
Where we at?
in the very back
Very
TV. It wasn't a pretty win, but your defense to get the stop there late in the pick and to seal the deal, how proud of you of that?
Big.
group?
I mean, anytime you can drive and win a game with a drive or score in the last possession like that or get off the field on defense, that's critical because you've done it, you know how to do it, you have the confidence to do it, and people say, well, they're going to do it. Well, that now they've done it. You know what I'm saying? And that was huge, and it was a great play by Dono to get over the top and make that play because they had a double move and had a little space right there to make a play, and that was a big-time play.